Hey, what's up, guys? We're back. Part 2. We're looking at the new Hellraiser, which my oldest friend saw. He said it was pretty good. Maybe I'll see it at some point. I don't know. I'm a big fan of the original. Okay. Now, going into this vid here, I'm gonna try to look careful, and there's certain things that I have to, admit. This is Hellraiser, the Hellbound Heart. Yeah, it was in turn, as they say here, it was inspired by Barker's experience as they call them sex workers now in the S&M. Yeah, dude, please. The Books of Blood, all those stories, you had all that stuff here. So it's not like you're taking an old property that wasn't edgy in the beginning, back in the 80s, but it's always a matter of degree, right? And the main thing here is that, right, that they like this way. Kink isn't quite as counterculture as it once was. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So it's a perfect vehicle for a greater control. What? I'll get into that. The solution: make the Cenobites even kinkier. Yeah, they're not wearing leather. Apparently, they're making like clothing out of their skin. That's actually pretty impressive work right there, to be frank. So, of course, the big thing here, right, is that the new Pinhead is played by a woman, or at least my the glances I looked at was that. But apparently, it's a trans woman. Now, if it's a woman, why do you have to mention the process? And that's sort of the theme I'm getting at with this vid a little bit. But whatever, we'll go here. This person, Jamie Clayton, I thought it was a chick. It is a chick. It's a trans chick. Okay. Why does it matter? I could throw it back at you. Why is the process the distinction point? Now, this is tied into something, but I'll go further here. Fallen angels, they should encompass more than one gender, many genders. Right? You always had a female Cenobite from the first movie on. You always had them, so you had other genders. Right? But that aside, right, it's interesting here too, the praise for the actress who has no relations in the industry at all, as you can see. I'm not saying that doesn't mean she's not a good actress. I'm just saying that they're saying it here. So whatever. Doesn't mean she's not good. I'm just showing what they're saying. But the idea that they're acting like they're making a big step by making characters who already, like you said, they're sort of like eunuch priests and priestesses for a large, old, ancient being, Leviathan, which seeks to control major parts of reality, and they are sort of the harbingers of that, enticing people with promises of pleasure, right? With the box, right? I can't even forget the name of the box. The La Marchand box. Nah, I'm messing that up. But it's interesting, that analogy, which was so back in the day kind of novel. Now it seems to, I don't know, the idea of these as emissaries, right, of a larger system, who have been altered from their original forms in order to nail down people. It's just an interesting concept now in 2022, right? Yeah. And right, they should encompass more than one gender, many genders. Well, like I said, you've always had female Cenobites in the movies, just saying. So now you're saying they're beyond male and female. Wow. Like I said, they're mutilated emissaries of Leviathan. Going here with the actress, whatever. If I did have a problem with it, could I really say that? No, but I don't, because like I said, this is Clive Barker, this is Hellraiser, so this is the kind of stuff that you have. Right? This doesn't cast a woman. The term woman and trans woman isn't always consistently applied. Right. The casting to non-cis men is more inclined in line with Clive Barker's novella. The priest is not described as having any sort of discernible gender. Okay. If anything, it skews heavily femme. Alright. Well, like I said, it really doesn't matter. And Clive Barker's original story attaches more queerness to the Cenobites than in the film. I gotta reread that, right? Indiscreet targeting. So it's kind of funny. This is where you start getting those made up 1984 type words, right? Like the real monsters of Hellraisers weren't the queers covered in letters and spikes. Well, they kind of were. Actually, but I like that. There's a myriad of ethnicities and genders here. I'll say it again, you always had female Cenobites in the movies. I like this. There's that saying that I love. That's like, if you look around your group of friends and everyone looks like you need to get some new friends. I never heard that. Of course, because you're evil. That's right. This movie looks like a diverse group of people, which is what life is. Indeed it is. I like that. That statement is very telling, right? If your people look like you need to get some new people. Anyway, and the exploitation of trans panic within horror, right? Which is essentially, you are villains, you are evil, to be frank, in the movie, the Cenobites, I mean. So it's interesting too. You notice that the original Pinhead, I just noticed, had nails in the head. These are like pins. Interesting. What are you trying to say? I don't want to be limited in this industry by my transness. Okay, so the process is what it distinguishes you. I'm surprised they even use this distinction. I'm saying it again. The process. This is all a process, guys. And the process is the be-all, end-all of it. So, I like this. Recently, there has been a dangerous trend of overcorrection and representation at all intersections of marginal. Right. Now, you can argue the overcorrection dehumanizes these people. Well, it does. But the overcorrection, and it's not a mistake, it's done on purpose. It's an attack on us, the other, right? The heterosexual white male, but the masculine male in general. It's like, and to be fair in this, she even mentions that, or the person mentions that they're gonna have maybe some problems from other people in the community. So, and doesn't think that's fair. All right, okay. Yeah, and this is the. It's like a chick to me. I'm just saying. So even me saying that is bad, right? Whatever. Movie should be interesting. I don't like remakes too much, but it's just interesting that the process, which I keep saying, is like a Leviathan. It's like a Cthulhu. The process is always at work. Okay. But it's at work for a purpose. It's not, it's all working towards a goal of eventually turning most of humanity into genderless, mutilated emissaries of, the matrix, the process, the control hive of what Earth is going to become. Yeah. Am I unfairly putting it on here? No, this is art reflecting something. I think horror, you can make a lot of horror movies out of just showing what you have today. But I don't think that those would get into Fangoria. Call me crazy. So, and, yeah, that is impressive work, though, man. Seriously. All props to all the FX people. I won't say why. It's not easy. So, I'm really rounding it out because I don't want to spend. Do I want to make a third vid? Nah. Here you have female deities who wreak vengeance upon men. The Furies. And this is the bad guy in it, so he's gonna get his. You know it. Beetlejuice. Remember Beetlejuice from Howard Stern? Hope he's alright. Let's round this out because I'm not doing another vid. Godzilla. Oh, come on. I don't need it. I know Godzilla. This is something about vampires. Died and loving it. The genre veteran. I never heard of him. So it's basically Dracula died. But I thought it was interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a vampire guy. Vampire is the other. Here we go. That's something I can relate to. Just in terms of being a marginalized person. It's not like other people. Okay, alright. What? They didn't really ask you that. They just asked, so you must be a big vampire guy. Where'd that come from? And this here, Raising Arizona. I never saw Ganja and her, so I was wanting to see that. So, here we go, the other. But what happens when the other is like less of the population? Hey, I'm just showing what's written here. That's all. So, and then this one, I never heard of her. Some musician, like whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe. And that's about it. Nothing else in here really tickled my fancy. Maybe this. Oh boy, I tell you, they're going harder than Reborg here. I like this. Subversive, really. Subversive. When you say things like that, what are you subverting? What are you trying? What is your end goal? What is the goal of the process? At this point, the process is the goal. Okay, that's a theme I want to keep going with, way beyond. Like the publisher is the feminist press. I always like the language here to it validates identities. Once again, validation implies a third party conferring that on you. Okay, so it's a control matrix, which you're not even in control of probably. But to flip it to show you that I am, this is fascinating. Clive Barker was always an interesting guy to me. In terms of he was an artist. He directed movies. He directed plays. Right? So he was really an interesting guy, and you haven't heard a lot of him lately. You've heard him again. I know there's some things happen, but I think he sort of fell out of favor, even with these people. So, but I don't know. And just here, getting out of the topical stuff here. I tell you, one of the best. I had it. I don't know what happened to it, but the Dick Smith makeup book they reprinted, which was like a bunch of magazine articles printed together. That was one of the best makeup books I've seen on like special effects stuff. So anyway, is Halloween over yet? We're not even close. I'm just kidding, man. I love this time of year. The weather's beautiful. I'm feeling good. And that's it. We're going forward. I'm gonna try to make multiple videos in a day. So you're gonna get sick of me.